everyone, and welcome to the last day of World Unity Week 2024. I'm Hasina Patel from the Hague Center for Global Governance, Innovation and Emergence. And we're celebrating today as we go out into the world in our journey forward and just weave and integrate everything that we've assimilated from World Unity Week 2024. It is my privilege to introduce the first plenary of the morning called Artful Integration with two amazing individuals, Jarvis Smith, co-founder of My Green Pod, Shaman and Mystic, and also Lama Tashi Norbu, a contemporary Tibetan artist who served the Dalai Lama. Jarvis, I give it to you to take away. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What a beautiful week it's been, and what a monumental movement you've got here with World Unity Week. So thank you to all of the participants and Ben and all the people behind the scenes and in front of the scenes. Thank you for having us. It's a real pleasure to be here. I'm absolutely honored to be here in conversation with the very beautiful soul Lama Tashi. We are going to find out about Lama Tashi together. I only had the pleasure of meeting Lama Tashi very recently. We've only really had one very short connect. So this is going to be a moment for me to really get to know you, Lama Tashi. So welcome and thank you for joining us. Tell us where you are at the moment.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much, Jarvis, and everyone in this session. And by the grace of the Dalai Lama, I'm very thankful for the Tibetan culture has flourished in the world, and the world has given love and protection and support. And in this case, my events, a lot of events that are happening in America is presented through Michelle Narciso and her team. So I met Jarvis this way, and I'm in my Tibetan art museum initiated by myself in the Netherlands with my Dutch friends. So this is the background, one part of my museum. And it is called the Contemporary Art Museum, which is the only one in the world which is registered by the Dutch law. And we are one of the 500 museums of the Netherlands.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. We'll talk obviously much more about the museum and the arts and the culture. And also thank you because just to give a shout out to which is O and 3 M's. Are an organization or a movement that is really beginning to change a perspective on how we unify, how we work together, how we be together. And I think what are doing is really bringing together all these amazing people that have been, building communities and running, running movements on a smaller scale. And is bringing us all together. So big shout out to Thank you, because you did bring Lama Tashi and I together. And here we are. And we've got a lot going on this week for London Climate Action Week. We have an event on Tuesday in the Savoy Hotel in London, one of the finest venues in the world. So that's happening during the day with Lama Tashi and the Earth Elders and some amazing panelists from Google and Deloitte. And we're really going to be bringing together what is described as the evolution of sustainability. I'll share that again with you at the end. So Lama Tashi, let's get into this. Thank you. Firstly, it's so beautiful to see you. You radiate such joy and calmness and beauty. Just being in your presence makes me smile. So thank you for making me smile, first of all. So I'd like to ask you, we are both artists. My background, very briefly, is my Indian father and my English mother got together in the late 60s after my Indian family, having to leave India through partition, then having to leave Africa through the upease that was happening in East Africa and ended up in the UK. So if it wasn't for the really savage times that they went through, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be a child of that. So just to recognize that. And what that brought me to is a bit of an understanding of different cultures within me. Within my cells was this East and West kind of thing going on, this constant tension between, two extremes. So I was living it and breathing it. And I think what that did for me as a child is it allowed me in some ways to go inwards very, very quickly. I explored my inner world at a very deep level at a very early stage. And, through the grace of the divine, through God, through Source, through the great masters, I was able to connect with what I describe as universal creativity, this kind of inner sense of something that I was touching that allowed me to be creative in my human soul, in my human being. And I expressed that through music and through sound and song. And it was the only way I could really get through the uncomfortableness of life. So that was my very, very early beginning. I'm really interested in yours. You're Lama Tashi. You've been, around the Dalai Lama as a friend and a support. But what was the early part of your journey for you? How do you remember that experience? What was it like as a child?
Thank you for Jarvis for introducing me and Om and our initiatives. Yes, my I have been studying in the Tibetan schools, and I did my high school, and then I went to Tibetan art school in Dharamsala, where actually I brought my team, Michelle and Om team, to Dharamsala, where I have studied the Tibetan Thangka painting art academy that is in Dharamsala, where Dalai Lama lives. By the way, Dalai Lama is this Sunday in New York, so I just want to inform everyone. You can go to the Tibetan Community Center in New York and meet Dalai Lama. So Dalai Lama, there is Dharamsala, it's called, where we study, and we get thoroughly studies, combination of monastic studies and Tibetan Buddhism and the modern education. So these are very wise schoolings. But even my niece is also got into one of these unique school, and now she has a scholarship in Canada. So like that, and I also managed to come to the West to help with help of some individuals and some organizations. And then I studied European fine art in Belgium, and I learned a lot. And then because I have studied Tibetan art thoroughly, the Thangka painting, which has helped me very much to keep detached from the art as well, in the sense that art doesn't become an attachment, that oneself can be attached to the sound as a singer, to the image as a painter or a sculptor. So Buddhism has kept me very in the middle way approach, and keeping the that we don't become egocentric with the form of art. So even that helped me to open a museum for the Tibetans instead of me following myself alone. So I got a lot of help, and for the last 20 years, I had different initiatives like this space. And then finally, last 8 years, I have this officially a museum where I show over 22 Tibetan artists from Tibet, and then 10 other Tibetan artists from exile outside Tibet, their artworks. And also I'm very, because I've studied the Western art, so I'm very interested also in the Western iconometry, Western culture, and combination of Tibetan culture. So even now, I have here some students studying from me, Western students. So I can, yeah, this way later I can show. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. I was laughing because I was laughing because I remember in my younger days, when I knew I had a voice. I knew the voice that I had was, it touched people in some way. I had no concept of how back then. I didn't understand sacred art, or how sound and vibration was such a powerful tool. But I did know it touched people, because they'd obviously always feed back to me. And I was smiling because I remember the time when I first got signed as a recording artist. And that personality that we call ego, I think everybody's got an ego. It's just how you express it in terms of personality. And so my ego was touched, and it just made me smile, because I wish back then I had the training that I have now in order to be humble with such a gift. So that's what brought a great smile to my face. I had to learn the hard way.
Actually, if I may add one more word about that, which was so important for me, part of the Buddhist practice. Sometimes Buddha has become also artist because of his time in the kingdom. He was
Yeah.
searching, so he was artist, he was archery, everything. So in the Buddhist concept, it says we may like, as an artist, me as a painter, sometimes I get too attached, and then we get into this whole
Yeah.
it creates your identity, which is amazing, which I find it very useful Western art that I could bring to the Tibetan world, because Tibetan art is very Thangka painting, very traditional. We cannot write our names on the painting, because these paintings are going to hang in the temples. Sometimes,
Yeah.
several times, when the Dalai Lama came to the West, I had to have the opportunity to decorate the walls. So my painting is above the Dalai Lama. So then we believe it will reduce my karma. So I rather not write my name above the Dalai Lama. So all that. And then I'm
I
so,
love that. Yeah, I love that. It's such a, it's such a connected, humble. There's a vast amount of humility in there, which, grace and humility are very lacking, of course, in today's modern, certainly in Western cultures, particularly around entertainment, which is kind of, the modern art that we're seeing around is more entertainment based. But I'd like to say that, thankfully, Lama Tashi, you'd be pleased to know that, through the time when I was early signed as a recording artist, I also found, a reconnection with that deeper inner connection that I had when I was a child. And I was very lucky. I asked a bunch of people to come to a meeting about how to integrate sacred sound with commercial pop music. And it was on a boat, funnily enough, in Kingston. It was a very, very surreal experience, very high level. At the time I was dealing with, some of the highest level of music management. And this lady came in, the very last lady to come in. There was one seat left, just a little lady. Didn't really expect much from her. And she sat down in front of me at the end, and she sang. And she absolutely blew me away. And she ended up being my shamanic teacher for 15 years, really just whipping me into shape so that I could be the value, purpose driven based human being that I am today. But it was through hard graft, yoga every day, learning to listen to nature, picking up the shamanic ancient wisdoms that I'm now blessed with. But it wasn't easy, and so I can completely relate to the discipline that one requires in order to be free, in order to offer art to the world that comes, of course, directly from source as we know it. I want to talk to you about sacred arts, because would you, in the way that you relate to art, would you describe all art as sacred, or do you believe that there is a certain ancient aspect of sacred art that has been lost in modern culture today? Not with you, because clearly that's not the case, but just generally in the wider field of art today. Have we lost the sacredness?
I guess even one should study every human has their own ancestors, every parts of the world, and I think the awareness of the ancient history and the stories in art. I call myself storyteller in art, so I
Nice.
believe we are very lucky with the Tibetan Buddhist culture that has been kept very sacred in Tibet till we lost our country. Then we are lucky that we could bring that out for our cause to say that Tibet exists and preserve our culture and to the world we tell. So that is what we were lucky of. And then and on top we our art paintings like mandalas we make and the Buddhas, different forms of Buddhas we make. These are to bring us to another dimension, or even as our
Yeah.
quest in life, we travel in different lifetimes and to uplift not just in this modern life just to live till we die. It should be more than that. To even modern time, even in modern areas, they can create something that is to live forever, to help many sentient beings. But I believe they should. People should study the ancient stories and then add to it in the modern art, and that way it will preserve their culture, which is every culture has great value, and that should be preserved, and that has been lost in the modern metropolitan cities. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I think I absolutely relate to what you're saying. And it's interesting because, as an artist, as a musician now, I'm definitely not a creative, visual artist that you are. In fact, I really struggle to be able to draw something well, although my kids say I'm quite a good drawer, but I'm definitely not. But I am very tuned into melody and music. I'm sorry, my cat has decided to come and join the conversation, so please excuse that. But I think the reason I'm just expressing that is because what I've noticed now, certainly as I've become more aware of, the troubling world that we have co-created as human beings, that is in a complete dire straits as far as we can tell with the climate crisis and wars and everything else that's going on. But what I've decided to, well, not decided, but been invited to do is bring back the essence of what I call songs of creation. So this kind of music that flows through me, that is not conformed by modern structure. So, before I'd write a verse and a bridge and a chorus and a verse and a bridge and a chorus and a middle eight and chorus, and that would be the song done. And now it just like it kind of just flows. And I feel like I'm kind of in the zone. Do you get that? Do you when you're drawing or you're singing, because you're a multi-talented artist, does it feel like it's coming through you or from another place, or is it you as part of something bigger, or how would you describe that?
I think in our studies we have to, like I said in the beginning, trying to understand all forms of art is very unique in its own way. Once we study that, then it's like studying the source of it. In oneself, me as an artist, I could study that certain limit in the form of art, so I would understand. Being creative in making sculptures and then singing form, and then this way I don't get too attached to my own art. Then I start respecting other artists, you see. Then otherwise sometimes we think singing song, maybe that's the best art, or painting is the best part. Others are, we sometimes we don't see it. Oneself, when they study, practice the other forms of art, which you have some abilities, then you start respecting. And then once you have understanding of the lake of the origin of the old form of art, then you start respecting even the like Dalai Lama. It's like us, and Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela. These are also their art of living,
Yeah,
art of reaching people's mind. So it can be only, not only painting in my case, or
yeah,
not only writing, but all forms. So
yeah,
this way, once you understand it, and you can improvise. So my
yeah,
experience, oh, because I respect what he's singing. So this way, when I listen, then people also try to listen what you speak or what you sing. So automatically you learn how to improvise. So I don't have a formal studies or trainings, but I learn through life. Um,
Yeah.
Life, when you are mindful, it teach you a lot.
Yeah,
So
I agree. I agree. I agree. And my experience has been that when I've been very present. I meditate every day. I practice a kriya every day. I make sure I'm conscious of my breathing in nearly every moment. But what my experience is it feels like there is this other force, perhaps ancestral, perhaps artistry. There's this life force that is kind of pumping through me, that I kind of hear the song or the vibration or feel the vibration or the quality of what I'm being asked then to sing. So it's not coming from me, it's coming from this other place, whether deep within or from nature or from without. And then luckily enough, I have a voice box that is able to articulate what I'm hearing. And that's my experience of that now. Do you get that? Does anything flow for you like that?
yes, I'm trying to be humble in this case.
Yes.
Because actually when we study Buddha Manjushri is the Buddha of wisdom, and when I read my personal Buddhist chart, Manjushri happened to be my personal Buddha when I was born,
Oh,
and then
wow.
Manjushri and the Saraswati is the concert. They are the Buddha of fine art and music and all. So this way, and then I start practicing it throughout my life, and my temples like in India here, I name them as Manjushri temples so that I'm completely tuned in.
Yeah.
So it helps you very much to it basically, which I will recite the mantra of the Manjushri later. Once you recite the mantra over 100,000 times, then it gives you insights, and
Mm,
it purifies our ignorance, and then the
mm,
wisdom is left behind. So
mm.
this way, Buddhas can help you into your actions when it is for the whole sentient beings. That
Yeah.
is one. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you, thank you. That is definitely my experience. You'll see behind me is Shiva and Parvati, and that kind of that essence of that. When music was created in praise of life, in praise of the mountains and the rivers and the sunrise and that's certainly my experience. It feels like I'm reconnecting with that celebration and that prayerfulness and that humility through song. Lama Tashi, it would be rude of me not to ask you. You are in your museum of all of the art that you've created. Would you be able to give us a guided tour of your museum so everybody could see, what I've had a very brief taste of? Would you mind? It would be the most beautiful and gorgeous experience for us all.
Yes. Surely. Thank you for the honor to let me show our museum to the world. This is located in the Netherlands, in the north of Netherlands, between Amsterdam and Groningen. So it is on the German border, 15 minutes from here.
Hmm.
This town has 100,000 people. So I will show you. Right here behind me, this is a sculpture I have created. This is
Wow, it's so beautiful. And that's metal, is it? It's pieces of metal, tin.
yes, it's a metal iron rods and build the skeleton and then cut out Tibetan design of flowers, and there this is to call be the flower and not the bee. So like that, when you are become the flower, then butterflies and all comes towards you. You even and this symbolized ourselves, the Tibetan famous mantra called Om Mani Padme Hum, to become the flower, and then to remain in that state of mind.
Beautiful.
And then I have created also here a sand mandala with symbols of all the different religions.
And this is colored sand. This is done by
Yes.
releasing sand onto the floor or onto a canvas.
Yes. Wow. On the table, Hinduism, native spirituality, Buddhism, Jewish, and then this is the colored sand. And these metal funnels are used to throw the sand through these. And then this is part of our museum, which is Tibetan artifacts. And here is we have a permanent exhibition of Dalai Lama's 3 main commitments in life: promotion of human values and religious harmony. And then the third is about Tibetan culture. So like that.
Ah, there he is.
And then
Beautiful.
in my altar, this is our family altar since my mother died.
Right.
And then this became the beginning for my museum. And I also like creating, this is like 5-meter painting. You can see like this is the quantum entanglement physics very much I like. And in this case, it's a Big Bang theory.
Wow. Gosh, that's got so much energy about it.
Yes, and with the Buddhist text.
And Mickey Mouse.
Yes, Mickey Mouse, the Jewish Fatima's hand.
Fatima, yes.
And then here I like this one, the Superman with the universe.
Oh, wow.
In Tibetan mandala.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And that's the moon, is it? The Superman on some planet somewhere in the universe.
Yeah. So this is trying to show like a space.
Yeah. Yeah. Not try, it's doing very well. It's brilliant. I love it.
And then this one is another more like biology.
Wow.
So with the Buddhist text in the background, this is like a H2O, oxygen and hydrogen, that creates the water molecules, and where the life starts, and then the soul travels, and then through the mother's womb. She's wearing jeans, showing the modern time.
Yes.
Yeah, and then travels. In my case, we have still to deal with the Buddhist concepts, like the sacred mother and the father, and then showing the Nemo, the Finding Nemo.
Oh, Finding Nemo.
Then Dory plays very interesting role, like in Buddhism as well. Like we always do the prayers of the right partner, right friend, right company. If you meet Dory, then you don't know where you are even going forward. Sometimes we get lost. It's so important for us. So
Brilliant.
So then I have these artworks of the other Tibetan artists here.
Oh,
like,
nice.
This is a form of scream.
Yeah.
Like the over 190 Tibetans, 180 Tibetans have self-immolated. Mostly happen to be the woman and monks and nuns.
Mhm.
So Tibetan artist has tried to express, and then the Buddhist statues carried away by the water, and then the kind of scream here. And then I think this is very interesting. This is also my kind of a piece I'm trying to install now. This is if you see from the back,
Yes.
it's a Bible
Oh yeah.
book, and then in the front, it's folded books, and it creates a Buddha.
Haha, brilliant.
This is my study material. So here
So
I have
talented.
our friends who are studying Tibetan art.
Hello, friends.
This is
Hello.
Patricia.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Drawing, and then I'm drawing these sketch and learning. Here's Anya.
Hello.
Hello, Anya. Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Wow,
meet
look at your paintings. Wow, you've had a good teacher, huh?
you. Yeah, very good teacher. Very good.
So here
Beautiful.
So these are
Amazing.
some of my best pieces. So I'm drawing these drawings I'm making, and then flying on. And my students are learning how to color them.
Okay, got
So
it.
these are paintings. What I meant about the non-attachment is like, so actually we are introducing the pure realms of happiness, like pure realms of a color chakra, the Buddha color chakra, the wheel of time. And then we are introducing. So we always travel eons and eons in different realms. So these are sacred art,
Yeah.
traditional Tibetan forms. Like here, this is another case. And then these are also painted with pure gold. You can
Gosh,
see
it's
see
just incredible.
particles shining, because we have to shine the gold when we paint them. So we draw
Yeah.
with the
Wow.
000 brushes. And then here's like our spiritual brothers and partners, whatever we call them. We travel in different, many lifetimes as a Buddhist belief, and like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So my art, like here, these are the Tibetan brocade designs, like same designs here. So also a little bit like normally the Thangka paintings are made with the brocade and then the traditional painting. And then when I've studied the Western art, where it is also abstract a little bit. So in this case, I'm abstracting the Tibetan culture, which has lost. We lost our country, and now it's scattered everywhere, but still yet finding our way and then reaching the world. And then it's also all together: preservation of Tibetan culture, innovations, and meaning of life. And this is our temple.
Nice, nice. Just for everybody that's tuning in and watching right now, I can see there's some questions about where is this. Somebody's very kindly answered the question, but I will remind you that Lama Tashi is open and inviting everybody to come and visit. The whole point of this museum is for everybody to share in its ancient culture, in its modernization and integration of this culture. So please do get it in your diaries to go and visit Lama Tashi, and he will welcome you with open arms. Sorry, Lama Tashi, just a quick advert there in the middle.
Yes, I will. This is normally where I sit, and then I give my prayers. People come here for a lot.
Nice. What time do you do prayers every day?
Every day, yes.
Yeah.
So
And
I
people
can
can just show up at the museum in the open hours. Is it open every day?
from Wednesday till Sunday, 11
Okay.
to 5. And I also do Tibetan sacred tattoos, which is very funny story because
You are the gift. You are the gift that just keeps on giving, aren't you?
like the tattoo has been very controversial.
Is it? Yeah.
It's now it's like very very well respected. In the beginning, every Westerners here, they come to me to write some words in Tibetan, and I give them, and then they go to their tattoo artist, and then they both of them don't know. They print out some mistakes, and then they have it reciprocal on their skin. So several
Yeah.
times it came out wrong, and then I thought I have to study it, and then I had to consult with our Tibetan lamas. So now I do that based on their astrology.
Yes. Nice. Nice. Hasina, if you're listening, would you mind popping the Lama Tashi's museum link into the chat so people can see it? Or Lama Tashi, do you want to tell it to me
Yeah.
quickly, the website, and I can just drop it in, or somebody can drop it into the chat?
www.mocta.org.
Yeah. Sorry, last bit. Mokta, M-O-C-T-A
mocta.org.
.org. Great, thank you.
And then I have my personal website as well, which is very active. Lama Tashi Norbu.org. So
Wonderful. They're going into there. They're going in so everybody can see it. So Lama Tashi, it's getting close to 15 minutes to the hour, and I know that both of us wanted to share some song and prayer. Did you do you have time to create anything visually, and in the moment, and maybe I could listen and offer some sound, and maybe you could create some visual art, and then I can be quiet and allow you to take over and offer us a blessing through chant. Does that feel good?
yes,
Great.
I will. I will. I will do a short prayer here, and then I will go to my painting place.
Hmm.
We are already in this temple, so I'll just
Great.
and then Anya, can you bring my bell? It's my table.
Thank you for the tour. I mean, I know that's only a brief taste of what you've got there, but I mean, even just through digitally, it's amazing. So thank you.
I will recite Manjushri's mantra, which is Buddha of wisdom and knowledge. And reciting this mantra purifies our ignorant mind. And because when we are born with our karmic debts, so sometimes things go wrong, even everything is planned good. For those matters, we have to practice compassion in life and purifications of our karmas. So Manjushri mantra is very powerful mantra. It goes like this: Om Ara Banza Na Di 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 Di. Di is like your tongue should be on the above mouth, and when you throw it Di, then it throws away all our ignorance, desire, and hatred that we are linked in our body, mind, and speech. Om Ara Banzana. Om Om Arabanzana. Om Arabanzana. Om Arabanzana. Om Arabanzana. Om Arabanzana. Om Arabanzana. Ige sosola gelo. Ige sosola gelo. Om Arabanzana. Om Arabanzana. Om Arabanzana. Om Arabanzana. Om Arabanzana. Om Arabanzana. So this is a Buddha of wisdom and fine art, and I will go and paint there. Well, this is also very good for mantra for Jarvis yourself, also for the because you are an amazing artist. So we have initiated. I dedicate this to initiate you and all the people who are into art, that their art be meaningful and be blessed in their expressions.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So I will go to I prepared my painting.
Great. Well, I don't know about everybody else that's listening and feeling in, but I certainly felt the vibration of that move through me. So the dedication and the purity and the quality and the vibration frequency, etc., was certainly felt by me. So I hope that it touched you all and enlivens and awakens the creativity within us all. We certainly need a different way of being in the world right now. Maybe not those of you that are here because you've showed up and clearly are doing the work, but just to be able to offer, more opportunity for others to be touched by our vibration, by our frequency. So one of the great gifts that artists like Lama Tashi brings is an opportunity for people to reconnect with the spirit, the sacred, the divine. And if you can all help by, getting Lama Tashi in front of your communities and out, that would be of most appreciation from us. And thank you for that. Lama Tashi, I'm just gonna listen and ask just to bring a song in appreciation of you whilst you create art. So I shall listen and see what comes, and hopefully I'll be able to offer in the purity and the divinity that you offered to us. So Lama Tashi, what are you creating here? What is this? What is it that you are? What's going on? What's the process for you right now as you paint? What's going on in your beingness?
So I'm creating the troubles of our conscience, and this is the Buddha sitting, symbolizing the Mother Earth, witnessing the enlightenment of the Buddha, and then he bounced up 7 times of a banana tree. They counted that time.
It's so beautiful.
and then he bounced up, and then he come back to the earth, and he touched his hand, and the Mother Earth witnessed his enlightenment.
Oh, it just, I
Like
mean, my heart just swells with just so much love and, boundless expression of love beyond my human experience as I just listen and watch you. Thank you. It's so beautiful. So those of you that are watching in on Tuesday, if you are in Europe or in the UK, we have an event at the Savoy Hotel from 11:30 to 3 p.m. It's my awards, People Environment Achievement Awards, in partnership with OMM, OMMM. You can come and meet Lama Tashi. He's going to be creating art live for us all day, and then we're going to be auctioning that art in the evening. So if you are in the UK, go to Eventbrite, and you can get, if you just search for evolution of sustainability, you can come and join us for free on Tuesday. Lama Tashi, it's been a blessing and a beauty to have you. I'm hoping we might be able to run over shortly, if possible. But would you end with some another mantra from you, a chant for us to end on? And thank you for joining me. The light radiating through you, literally on the screen, is beautiful.
somehow the light system.
The gods are shining down on you, my friend.
So I have created the Buddha here, and then I will recite the mantra Om Mani Padme Hum. That is may our body, speech, and the mind be transformed as a Buddha's body, speech, and the mind, and to be free from suffering and attain happiness and meet with the path to enlightenment. That is the mantra we will recite together. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Gege so so la. May God and goodness and all beliefs, every individual be blessed. Om Mani Padme Hum. Thank you. Thank you.
Just
May
beautiful. Just beautiful. Thank you.
And I just want to say thank you, Lama Tashi. Thank you, Jarvis. What a beautiful just expression of sacred art and sacredness. I don't even have words for what it opened up in me and words to express this new dimension of art that I've suddenly been able to feel. So thank you so much for that. And I just want to say to everyone that even though this program is ending now in room 1, I know that there's 22 women's prayers in the Global Fire Ceremony room at, I think it's 1 p.m. And then remember the continuation ceremony here in room 1 at 6 p.m. EDT. The times are all in EDT, which is 6 p.m. EDT. So just have a look at the programs that you'd like to be with. I want to thank everyone just making this happen, everyone for their energy, our non-human family that have been here all the time. And also Hubcast, thank you so much for the great job you're doing. Love and light to everyone. Until later.
Thank you, Hasina. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you for being with
Thank
us and sharing space. Much love.
you.